All right, Boise State fans, welcome to BroncoNationNews.com, Bronco Nation News Live. We got some breaking news here. Cam Martin, you see him on the screen. He is the newest member of Bronco Nation, just committing to Boise State. You made it official, Cam, on social media. Now you're granting us the first interview here at BNN. We really appreciate it, man. How's it going? And congratulations.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm super excited for this opportunity and to get out there this summer and get to work. I'm very excited.
Now, I got the unique perspective of being a KU grad, so I've known about you and followed you for a couple years, and I think it's going to be an awesome fit at Boise State. But tell our listeners, our viewers, I guess, about your recruitment and why you decided to play your last year elsewhere, than Kansas, and we'll get into some of the previous after that. But just your recruitment the last couple of weeks and how you settled on Boise State.
Yeah, so I came on a visit. Me and my brother both came on official visits to Boise last week. We just love the city, love the campus, everything about it. Never been out to Idaho, so just being able to experience the campus and meet the coaches in person was super big for both of us. And ultimately, just decided it was the best fit, basketball-wise and school-wise. So.
We shouldn't bury the lead, by the way. I forgot to mention it, but your brother, tell us about your brother. You mentioned him there. He is coming with you, right?
Yeah, so my brother's coming with me. When I first decided to go on the transfer portal, we super excited to have the opportunity to play together. We always talked about it as a kid, but we were two years apart. He's going to be a freshman next year. So with my situation, the COVID year, and we just couldn't have worked out more perfect for him to be able for us to play together. So as soon as I went in the portal, that was the biggest thing, is we're going somewhere together regardless.
So he'll be a walk-on. What's his name? What's his game like?
His name is Alex Martin. He's like a 6'6", kind of like a 3. Very skilled, can shoot the ball. He was first team all conference, first team all region this year in high school. He was committed to junior college. But with me having this opportunity, he decided to go to Boise with me. So super excited.
So you're the All-American at D2. You put up some huge numbers. And then you end up going to Kansas. Just to take us back, I guess, to that decision and Kansas, and then you end up redshirting, on the national championship team. You're expecting to play the big role this past season, and you get hurt. I guess just for fans that maybe just look at the stats and saw you played in 4 games last year and don't know much of the backstory and things like that, maybe you can explain the last couple of years.
Yeah, no, there's a huge backstory. So look on the outside in, you would have no idea. But so like you said, I had 3 pretty good years at Missouri Southern. Enjoyed my time there. Decided to come to Kansas, and then when I came to Kansas, I was in a situation where there was a bunch of veteran guys that have been here and kind of waited their turn. You had David McCormick, who it was his 4th year at Kansas. Mitch Lightfoot, 6 years at Kansas. Then you had a bunch of guards. We had Ochai, Remy transferring in, who's at 2,000 points at Arizona State. So we had a stacked team and we won a national championship. And after the preseason, I kind of talked with the coaches, and it was a situation where I was going to be playing, maybe first big off the bench, 15 minutes a night, 15 to 20. And they're like, if you kind of wait your turn like everybody else has, wait one more year, redshirt, then you could have a big year next year. So I did that. It all worked out how I thought it was going to work out. We had our first scrimmage after the national championship year. The first scrimmage I start. Very next day, separate my shoulder at practice. So, it was just very unfortunate, horrible timing. But it's in the past. I'm just excited to move on and really get back to playing basketball.
But you tried to come back, right? You ended up playing, I think, in 4 games, a couple of minutes here and there, and you just never fully got healthy, right? And decided to try to save that medical red shirt?
Yeah, no. So the situation, I was trying to come back the whole year, but it was also just terrible timing with that as well. Right when I came back, it was around like the 12-game mark, and then I get the flu, and I missed a whole week of practice. So not only I missed all prior, probably it was like 3 months of practice. Then when I get healthy, I get the flu and miss. I was out for 4 or 5 days, and then I had like 3 games to where it was like at the medical redshirt. I think it's 16 games. You can't redshirt afterwards with the medical. So I tried coming back all year just because I knew how they needed me. We kind of changed things up with KJ Adams at the 5 after I got hurt. So just trying to get back in the swing of things, but my shoulder it took long to heal, and I knew that going into it was going to take a while. But finally got 100% healthy now, and I'm ready to go.
Cam Martin, our guest, the newest member of the Boise State men's basketball program, just committing minutes ago on social media, and now joining us here on Bronco Nation News Live. And so you mentioned it there at the end. What is the update now in terms of your health?
I'm 100% healthy, good as new. The doctors here and stuff have done a great job with my trainers rehabbing my shoulder and getting it back to full strength, and it's good as new.
So do you have to do anything to apply for the medical red shirt? Is that pretty much a given that you're going to get it, or is any worry there at all? Or
So from what I've heard, it's pretty much a given. This is my situation, but as soon as I get to Boise, I got to apply for the medical.
So what was kind of the thinking, I guess, in terms of deciding to play this extra year elsewhere? I know a lot of guys from KU have entered the transfer portal, obviously. And what was, I guess, what are you looking out of this year, and why did you think finishing it somewhere else maybe was best this coming season?
Yeah, no. So the biggest thing for me was just finding the right fit offensively, and being used the way that fits my skill set. You can look at the past players at Boise State, and they've had a lot of players that have been stretch fives, are capable of shooting the basketball. And honestly, you can't say the same about Kansas. I mean, you can't really name any 5 men that shot the ball. So really, the biggest thing for me was finding a system that I thought I could thrive in offensively. And after watching some film of how I've played in the past and how Boise's players have played in the past and how they want to use me, it looked like a no-brainer.
So how do they plan on using you, again, for fans that are don't know a ton about your game? Obviously, you shot, I think, almost 45% from three your last full year at D2. I mean, are you strictly an outside shooter? Can you post guys up too? I mean, what is your game?
Honestly, my game just comes down to the matchups. If somebody's slower than me, just pull them out at the perimeter and playing off my shot fake and shooting abilities. Or if they put somebody smaller than me or switch ball screens, just roll them into the post and play to that. So it's really just about matchups and how they want to use me.
2 years in a row, Boise State has made the NCAA tournament here. They won the Mountain West 2 years ago. They finished second this year. In terms of what research you've done about Boise State, about the program, their history, the arena, how they do plan to use you, why was it such a perfect fit for you, to decide this is where you wanted to spend your last year?
So first off, he's a guy that played there probably a couple years back. I'm not sure exactly, but Marcus Dickinson was a high school teammate of mine.
Okay.
I started really good friends with him, so I reached out with him as soon as Boise State got a hold of me. He's the first person I reached out to, and he had nothing but good things to say and just knew how I played and said he thought it would be a perfect place for me to go play my last year. So that was good, having somebody I know and could vouch for the coaching staff to get that relationship going and trust in them. But then also just seeing the Boise State team. I've watched a lot of games. I probably watched 10 full games of Boise last year, and just seeing they're like one piece away from being something special. And I think I can come in and be that one piece and push us over the top and get that first NCAA tournament win and make a run.
So you do know a little bit about the history. They're 0-9 all time in the tournament, and they got Max Rice coming back. Chibuzo Abo, a Texas Tech transfer as well, is back again. Tyson Degenhart. I mean, do you feel like with you, and then they've already added a point guard in the transfer portal as well, you feel like you guys do have a chance to do something special here?
Oh, 100%. That 0-9 is going to change next year.
What's you mentioned Marcus Dickinson. Was it Trey Young, or who else was on that team?
Yeah, we had Trey Young, and Lindy Waters is with the Thunder right now as well.
Okay. What other schools were you looking at? We saw a report come out with a couple of schools on there. Did you take any other visits? What were kind of your other final schools that this decision came down to?
Yeah, I took a first visit. I went to Colorado State and took a visit there. Took a visit to Boise. I was talking with the Tech, waiting on them to hire their new coach. I had a relationship with one of the assistants he's about to hire, and then I'm talking with Clemson, Wichita State. SMU. But I mean, I've had around 100 schools honestly reach out, but then we're the 6 that were the best fit for me and the best fit for my brother. So that's honestly when I first started talking to people, it was if they didn't have room for a walk-on, then they're out. So I got my list narrowed down to that best fit both of us, and that was the 6.
So I guess it'll start now that you've officially done it. But is it going to be nice to have your decision made, let everybody know where you're going? You can start planning. Schools can stop calling you. I mean, the fact that this is now official and you're going to Boise State, how does it feel?
It feels great. Like you said, I'm kind of excited to be able to put my phone down and stop answering so many calls. But I'm super excited to get out there this summer. I've already met the guys, but just to get close with them and build that relationship and get to work. I'm super excited for that.
So what is the plan? When are you going to make it out to Boise?
It's looking like sometime like mid-June I'm going to head up.
And what would be your message, I guess, to Boise State fans watching this that are excited to have you coming and playing in Extra Mile Arena next season?
It's going to be a fun year. We're going to win a lot of basketball games.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, we really appreciate your time. Congratulations. Safe travels when you do make it out to Boise. Enjoy this last month or so, and continued good health for you. And going to be fun watching you pull up for three in front of sellout crowd at Extra Mile Arena, man. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. We appreciate your time and congratulations. And we'll be seeing you up here in Boise real soon.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.